Salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth. We do it, they won't do it like us. We add flavor to whatever we touch. Keeping faith in the Messiah is a must. Hebrews make the world go round. Salt of the earth, shine like the sun. Rep where I'm from, Jerusalem. Prodigal sons will be returning soon.
It's been a long, long road. It's been a long, long day. The curtains finally closing. The music starts to fade. I hear the trumpet blow. I hear the people shout. I see an army rising from way beyond the clouds. Hey, shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Hey, shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Hey, march through the city, y'all. March through the city on white horses. Hey, shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Hey, shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Hey, march through the city, y'all. March through the city on white horses. Oh, what a beautiful sight, what a beautiful light. In the word of God, with the fire of sights. Through the city we march into the walls of no, 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 no. Oh, what a beautiful sight, what a beautiful light. In the word of God, with the fire of sights. Through the city we march into the walls of no, 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 no.
Shalom, shalom, Yahara B'Hashem, Yahara Shah, Barakatah family. How are you today? And welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yahara Yasharala. If this is your first time tuning in, and my lovely husband, he is going to just participate in reading some scriptures today, and that is Mr. Malachi Yasha. Excuse me. God! I need to sneeze. And no, it ain't the coronavirus. All praises to the Most High. Family, I want you to remember, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this edification video. Today, I am going to be covering the George Floyd killing. This is going to be from a spiritual perception. So, you know, 2/3 that's watching this, and I call you 2/3 because it's those of you who are not awakened. The Most High did not give you eyes and ears to hear and see, and He did not give you that understanding yet because you have not fully repented. So I'm going to give you the spiritual standpoint of Mr. George Floyd's death. I'm going to cover one part of why we believe that Mr. George Floyd was put to death by the Most High according to scriptures. Also, in the second half of this video, and I will put the timestamp in the bio, to those of you Israelites who are in the truth and want to fast forward, I'm going to talk about the carnal Israelites in the second half of this video. So I will put the timestamp in there. So all praises to the Most High. I hope you're doing great and wonderful. So let's get started. Now, we recently just had a brother by the name of George Floyd that was killed by the hands of the wicked devils, the Esau police officers, the so-called white man that murdered this man. The cop looked like he had his knee in this man's neck and broke this man's neck, and the man died, which is, it's a tragedy. It's sad. You know, anytime we have our brothers that's being shot down and killed in the streets, it's sad, you know? And I understand why people are angry. I truly do, you know, but when the Most High converts your spirit over and you're able to walk in the spirit and not the flesh, things like that don't bother you. Because with the Ruach Kadash, it brings understanding, and it will bring you to understand the truth that you need to know. Mr. George Floyd was breaking the law. He was in transgressions. And when you break the law as an Israelite, when you are in iniquity and you keep sinning, eventually the grace and the mercy is going to run out with the Most High. You're going to anger him, and there's going to be consequences. Now, from taking a look at everything in the media, we found out that Mr. George Floyd was messing around with an Edomite, which is a so-called white woman. And that's transgression. The Most High tells us not to do that. So we're going to go to Scripture to see what does the Most High tells us about messing with the other nations, and what will happen to you if you mess with the other nations. Babe, let me get Deuteronomy 7:3-4.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3 and 4. Verse 3 says, neither shalt thou make marriage with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto thy son, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahara be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly.
So the Most High strictly tells you, do not make marriages with them. Do not have children with them, because they will turn you away from serving him. And if you do, you will kindle an anger, a wrath of the Most High that none of us want to see. And when that anger is kindled, that means your grace and your mercy is gone. Let's see what else the Most High tells us about messing around with the other nations. You can't be messing with the other nations. You can't be doing that. I put many posts up, and I tell y'all, it's against the laws. That was a law. That was a precept. That's a law. The Most High says, do not make marriages with them. Do not give your seed to them. We are the chosen children of Israel. We are the one who have the covenant, not the other nations. And when you give over that birthright to the other nations, there's going to be consequences behind that. So, babe, let me get Nehemiah 13:25. That's Nehemiah 13:25. Okay.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 25, verse 26.
25.
25 says, and I get tenant with them, and curse them, and smite serve them, and I will pluck off their hairs, and made them swear by Yahweh, saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto thy son, nor take thy daughters unto your sons, or for yourself. Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his Yahweh, and Yahweh made him king over Israel, all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
You hear that, right? The Most High tells you, do not give your daughters and your sons to them. He will smote you. Smote, S-M-O-T-E, in the concordance, the Strong's Concordance, means to kill, to punish. The Most High also states he will pluck their hairs out, meaning the Most High is making them bald. Not too bad. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying? The Most High strictly gives us laws and statutes and commandments to follow. And when we do not follow them, carnal Israelites in part 2. So babe, let's go ahead and let's get some more spiritual insight and some more scriptures on Mr. George. And let's see, also, let's dive a little bit deeper into the disobedience. When you are disobedient to the Most High, what he does to you. So, let's get Deuteronomy 28:15, babe.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Verse 15 said, "But it shall come to pass, after thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahara thy power, and to observe to do all his commandment and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee."
So the Most High strictly stated, if you do not hearken to his voice, that all of these curses will come upon you until you are destroyed. Mr. Floyd was disobedient to the Most High. Mr. Floyd went and messed around with the other nations. Mr. Floyd kindled the fire, the anger of the Lord. And when you kindle an anger with the Lord, you better watch out. All right, so let's get Luke 6:46. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Because people don't understand to see this from a spiritual aspect. They don't understand how to see this from the Most High's view. Because they're too damn carnal. So we got Luke 6:46.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 46. "And why call ye me Yahara, and do not the things which I say?"
Why are you calling him? Let me give it to you verbatim, because there's a lot of the 2/3 that doesn't know him by Yahweh, but that is the Hebrew term for his name. So it says, "And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and not do the things that I say?" So you're calling upon the Lord, saying, "Oh, I love the Lord. The Lord is going to take care of me. Oh, the Lord this, the Lord this." But you don't do what he says. Let Mr. George Floyd be an example to those who are out here thinking you are serving the Almighty Creator, but you are really serving the God of this world. Because if you were serving the Almighty Creator, you will be obedient and not disobedient. It's too many of y'all out here thinking that y'all know the Lord, and you really don't. The Lord tells us to continue to follow his law, statutes, and commandments. See, many of you Christians, y'all think that the Messiah came and died and the law was done away with. Why would the Messiah die for your sins just for you to continue to sin? I do not understand that. Y'all gonna have to wake up, and you're gonna have to stop being so damn hard-headed. Police cars, destroying property. Just remember, you're doing that for a man who broke the laws of the Lord. A man who disobeyed the Lord. The Most High say he giveth life and he taketh away. He took his life away because he was disobedient. And if you continue to be disobedient, he's going to take your life away too. Guaranteed, and I'll prophesy that to you. So now we're going to go into part 2. I'm going to address you carnal Israelites, because everything that I just stated, that's for people who are not in the truth. Because you carnal Israelites, you know better. Now I've seen Sakari on Instagram talking about they going out here with the 2/3 and going to put boots on the ground. They're going to be out there protesting the death of this man. That goes to show that many camps don't got the spirit. Many camps walk by the flesh and not by the spirit. So, babe, let's get some scriptures on carnality. Because you wicked Israelites that's in this truth, that claim you're awake, claim that you walk in the spirit, but how couldn't you see that the Most High put that man to death because of disobedience? That's the Father's business. Why are you emotional about the Father's business? Why are you emotional that somebody's out here breaking your Father's laws? Why? So let's get, let's see, babe. Let's get Galatians 5 and 16. That's Galatians 5 and 16. Because you worldly Israelites, y'all need some edification. I'm sick and tired of scrolling down my timeline and seeing you worldly Israelites talking about, oh my goodness, oh, da, 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 da. But see, this is why the Most High says, study to show yourself approved. Because if had not you been up in this Bible, learning the biblical prophecies, learning the scriptures on disobedience, ain't no way you would have opened your mouth at all. Ain't no way. You would have looked at it and said, dang, that's my brother. He got put down the street. That's sad. But at the end of the day, that's the Father's business. Because that brother, 9 out of 10, was disobedient. How do I know he was disobedient? Because a curse fell upon his life. Go ahead, Ben. Let me get that scripture.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 16. And verse 16 said, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Walk in the Spirit. Walk in the Spirit. And not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You are fulfilling your lust of the flesh by going out there with those 2/3, running your big fat mouth, okay, enticing these lost sheep to do wickedness. But you claim you in the truth. You claim you know the Most High. But yet your spirit still ain't converted over. You should be ashamed of yourself and you need to repent. Let's get Galatians 5 and 25, babe.
That's the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 25. And verse 25 said, if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
If you so-called live in the Spirit, let us walk in the Spirit. Walking in the Spirit. If you are walking in the Spirit, you should have been able to see this from a spiritual perspective and handle it in a spiritual matter, not a carnal matter, not going out there on the street protesting, hooping and hollering and screaming Black Lives Matter with the 2/3. I expect that from them, but I don't expect this from Israelites who so-called claim they in the truth, that know these scriptures. Because we understand that this book is for instruction. This book is for our history. We understand that. We're not carnal-minded. We are spiritual. I don't care if it's man or woman, I'm going to edify you because I've been appointed by the Most High to do it. Wrong is wrong. Period. Let me get Ephesians 5 and 8, babe.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. And verse 8 says, for ye were sometime darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as the children of the light.
So you were once in the darkness. You were once in transgression. But now you claim that you have converted the spirit over. So you are supposed to be a child of light. We are to be an example to the lost sheep of Israel. We are to lead by an example. We are not to go out there acting like stiff-necked heathens, embarrassing the nation of Israel. Israelites that's in the truth. How dare you embarrass us like that? So Corey, comfort me if you want to, I really don't care. Because me and my husband, we're not followers of men. We're followers of Christ and the Most High. So it doesn't faze us, because y'all didn't came us for, and it didn't faze us. But wrong is wrong. Period. And any other Israelite with this type of mentality, repent. Because this is not the way that we are to handle the Father's business. Period. So let me tell you what we're supposed to do. Let me get Ephesians 11-17, babe.
It's the book, Ephesians 11, verse 17.
No, I'm sorry. That's Ephesians 6:11-17. But you don't have to read all of. Read it straight to 17. Just give me 11-13.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 11 through 13. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Verse 12. And verse 12 says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the powers, against the rulers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil days, and having done all to stand.
Exactly. So that right there, the Most High shows us how to fight this battle spiritually. Because even though these things are happening in the physical, it all happens in the spiritual world first. We are to walk in the flesh. We are to walk in the spirit and not the flesh. And we are to fight this battle spiritually, not carnal. We are to put on the whole armor of Yahara. We are to put on our breastplate of righteousness. You think you've putting on your armor by going out in the streets doing what the damn 2/3 are doing? No, you just look like a sottish, stiff-necked fool. And you're no example to Israel. And if you had these type of thoughts, you need to rebuke Satan. In the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, and tell Satan to get behind you, because he's trying to use you. We got to know when Satan is coming before he comes. That's why it's important to pray for spiritual discernment and spiritual foresight. Because there ain't no way that Israelites who know this Bible here, who know the word of the Most High, ain't no way you should be walking in the flesh. Ain't no way you should be misleading our people, telling them that their behavior of going out there, destroying things, tearing cars up, jumping up and down, setting fires, screaming like somebody crazy is okay. Because we understand these things are going to continue to happen. The Most High stated that 1,000 will fall by your right side, 10,000 by your left side. And what you gonna do? You gonna go out there and protest every single time? Wake up. Let me get Proverbs 20:22, babe.
Book. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 22. Proverbs 20, verse 22. And verse 22 says, say not thou I could recompense evil. But wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee.
The Most High said he is going to recompense, not you. He told us to wait on him. We are not to get carnal. We are not to get carnal. We are to wait on the Lord. Those are his words. But yet, you know this Bible. You should have known that. But that's why you got Sister Yahara here to edify you. Let me get the last scripture, Zephaniah 3 and 8. I'll tell you what the Lord told us to do. This is what the Lord told us to do. But times like this, when our enemy is destroying our brothers and sisters out here, the things that are happening, it has been written. This is what happens when you're disobedient. And Israelites in the truth, you already know this. So why are you so emotional? You can't get emotional. I tell people this all the time. You got to learn to control your emotions, because there's going to be bodies all in the street, saith the Lord. That's biblical prophecy. I'm ready, babe.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8. And verse 8 says, Therefore, wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the days that I will rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon my indignations, even all my fears and anger. For all the earth shall be divided with the fire of my jealousy.
And that is the Most High's word, to wait on him, because he is going to handle our enemies. He is going to do that. That is not your job. That is not no man's job. Vengeance is the Most High. And how dare some of you try to throw Moses up under the bus, talking about Moses. Oh, Moses killed somebody. And Moses also fled too. And that was also before the law was established. Let us hear the whole matter of truth. Some of you Israelites, y'all just carnal. Y'all just a part of the 2/3. Y'all just know truth. But the real men and women of the Lord, we understand the Most High's word. We understand obedience. We understand to walk in our spirit and not our flesh. All praises to the Most High. That was a great edification lesson. You would like to say anything, husband?
Oh yeah, this is a good lesson. And we got to understand, Brother Floyd, we got to understand the reason why he was being put to death, because he was wicked and unrighteous. Right. So we got to realize, as a man of the Most High, we got to do the will of the Most High. If we don't do the will of the Most High, there are going to be repercussions. Mm-hmm. And the repercussions, destruction, going to put to death. And so we got to understand. I'm going to read a verse real quick.
Okay. Now you read so many, husband. Get another one.
Right. I'm going to read. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13. Proverbs chapter 13.
Proverbs chapter 13.
13, I'm going to start with verse 13. And the 13th verse says, Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandments shall be rewarded. The laws of the wise is the fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. But good understanding give favor, but the ways of transgressions are. So we got to understand that if you despise the Most High's word, the Lord's word, you're going to be destroyed. But if you keep the commandment, you will be rewarded. All praise to Yahara.
All praises to Yahara by Hashem Yahweh Shah. I hope this edification helped. Take heed. Take heed. You know, I'm just a vessel. That's it. I'm only a vessel for the Most High. And I do this for the Most High. And when I bring you this edification, it's to make you better on your walk. It is not to tear you down. It is not to shame you. It's to edify you, to make you better. To make you better. Because if somebody want to edify me, make me better, please. Because this walk is hard. And we know Satan is always busy running the streets, prowling like a roaring lion, waiting to kill, steal, and destroy. We know that his spirits, his wicked spirits are out there trying to influence people to do wicked things. So let this be edification for you to take heed. Whether you're someone who's not in the truth, who don't understand why this man was put to death, or whether you're somebody who's in the truth, who has feelings and emotions about your brother being killed like a dog in the street. Learn to look at everything from a spiritual point and not a carnal point. Does it sadden me to see my brothers being killed? Yes, it does. But my brothers need to understand they cannot be hard-headed stiff-necks, and they have to learn to be obedient. Because if you don't, the Lord will take you up out of here. Period. Ain't no ands, ifs, or buts about it. He will remove you from this earth plane. So y'all gonna have to wake up. So this will be the last edification video of this week. I will be doing the work with me and my wonderful husband this Shabbat and bringing the alarm out in Philadelphia. We'll post that video up, and I'm gonna try to keep having these edification videos coming. All praises to the Most High. I love you, family. I do. And remember to always pray for strength, endurance, foresight, spiritual discernment. Because this fight, it ain't gonna be easy. And this is a spiritual fight. This is not a carnal fight. All praises to the Most High. To Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Ka'ala Yahweh. One.